Indigenous peoples around the world have profound connections with their native lands and its resources. For hundreds of years, native Hawaiians have co-evolved with the island's natural environment and have accumulated deep knowledge and understanding of their ancestral lands and seas. Upon arrival in Honolulu for their bowl game, San Jose State first-year head coach Ken Niamatalolo wanted his team to experience that connection firsthand.
We got in the water to start off. Growing up, being in Hawaii, we've always thought getting in the water is therapeutic. It's great for your body, great for your mind. And so one of the first things we wanted to make sure we did was get in the water.
For the second consecutive year, the Spartans were invited to play in the Hawai'i Bowl. For Coach Niamatalolo, it was a homecoming. The Hawaii native grew up in Honolulu and played quarterback at the University of Hawaii. Coaching a bowl game in Hawaii, along with the week of team-building activities leading up to it, was special for both the head coach and the players.
We were excited. Being able to go there once is already a dream, and going there twice, it's like, all right, we gotta take advantage of this.
We had a luau, which is cool. Went to the water park as a team. Going to the Arizona Memorial, just go back and reflect and pay, respects to those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice.
It's a trip where, we deserve this, we earned this trip. So I think it's really good. It brings the team closer together, and it really lets us lock in on what we need to do.
The Spartans have always had deep ties to the islands, as many current and past players are of Polynesian descent. New offensive coordinator Craig Stutzman also grew up on the island and jumped at the chance to work with Coach Niamatalolo.
Being from Hawaii myself, and he's from Hawaii, it was just a natural fit. And it's a guy that you look up to. I looked up to him for 20, 30 years.
I love this system. He knew what he wanted to do with people. If you're playing a certain coverage or certain blitzes, he knew exactly how he wanted to attack people.
You want to attack, right? You want to, offensively, our style is you want to play fast, you want to play physical. Fans, I think they love to see the ball thrown around and go fast and change up the tempos.
Coach Stutzman's up-tempo style brought a new dimension to the Spartans' offense this season. With Stutzman calling the shots, SJSU finished the season 5th in the nation in passing yards per game, and wide receiver Nick Nash led the nation in receptions, yards, and touchdown catches, and was a finalist for the Bolitnikoff Award, given to the nation's top wide receiver.
If you were part of this program, you knew he was going to be someone that could not only play at the next level, but thrive in it.
Coach Stutzman's offense obviously was the reason we were able to utilize Nick's talents and take him to the next level. It was a great marriage because Nick obviously had the tools and the talents and the skills, and Craig was able to utilize that, and Nick was able to flourish from it.
I know that there was a lot of success in the past, but for us, Nick Nash being in his second year as a receiver and Walker not having played ever before that, really, just that mindset of going out there and attacking, like you say, shoot your shot.
The Spartans got off to a quick start to the 2024 season, winning 4 of their first 5 games. A pick-6 against Oregon State sealed their 6th win of the year and bowl eligibility.
DJ Harvey with a go-ahead pick-6.
The biggest win of the season came a few weeks later against rival Stanford at CEFCU Stadium.
It's time, corner throw, it's hurry, it's a touchdown!
The win over Stanford was their 7th of the season, the 3rd consecutive year they've achieved that mark. It also led to an invite to the Hawai'i Bowl for the 2nd year in a row.
When it was announced in the locker room, there was a lot of us, smiles ear to ear, but inside I was like, yes, it's great to get back home, playing in front of family.
Hey, I ain't never been to Hawaii.
So for us to get that opportunity to go to Hawaii was awesome. If we couldn't make it to a playoff, be one of the teams in the top 12, if anybody asked me a bowl, I'd like to go to be that one.
After a week of new experiences on the island of Oahu, it was time to get down to business at the 2024 Hawai'i Bowl. The Spartans, however, would be entering the game without their biggest weapon on offense, as Nick Nash decided to sit out to prepare for the NFL draft.
About a week before the game, Nick decided to not play in the game, and everybody's got to do what they got to do.
Obviously not having Nick hurt us, but the guys who came in played well.
I think it really got to show, okay, it's not just about Nick Nash, it's about this team, it's about this offense, it's about other guys having that opportunity, and when it comes, being able to maximize that.
Despite being undermanned and falling behind early against South Florida, the Spartans seized control of the game and charged back to take the lead late. A last-second field goal striking the upright sent the game into overtime. The overtime was one for the ages as several players stepped up on the big stage.
Wow! Whoa! Matthew Coleman!
The teams traded scores, leading to a then record 5 overtimes.
So the two-point conversion works.
Unfortunately, the SJSU magic ran out, and a bowl victory would have to wait. The Spartan season kicked off with a thrilling comeback win against Sacramento State, but ended in heartbreaking fashion in Paradise. The bond between Coach Niamatalolo and Coach Stutzman, both proud Hawaiians, further strengthened the team's unity, demonstrating how their shared culture and values contributed to their success this season, with even greater achievements expected in 2025.
We got a lot of guys coming back. I have a better sense of what it takes to win here, so super excited about the 2025 year.
After 38 years of coaching collegiate soccer, the last 10 at San Jose State, men's head coach Simon Tobin has decided to step away and will retire in July.
You kind of get a feeling, I think, when it's just about the time to go, so you don't want to overstay your welcome.
He's obviously comes from an older generation, so he's tough sometimes, but definitely a lot of love that comes from Simon. He's a great coach.
Born in London, Tobin initially planned to stay in the U.S. for 8 weeks while he helped establish an Olympic development program in the Bakersfield area. However, his plans changed when he secured the head coaching job at CSU Bakersfield, which he held for 27 years.
I moved to Bakersfield to start their Olympic development program for men's soccer. I've met a guy at a camp and he told me, come to Bakersfield and set that thing up for 8 weeks, and then I said, all right, because I was just going to go back and teach back in England, so the 8 weeks turned into 27 years.
While at Bakersfield, Tobin became a highly decorated coach. He reached the Division II CCAA tournament 7 times, including a championship victory in 1997, which earned him the National Soccer Coaches Association of America's National Coach of the Year award.
I played for Coach Simon at Cal State Bakersfield from 2009 to 2012. The experience that he has, the lessons that he's learned, you can't replicate that. And having him next to us, it gives us a sense of composure knowing that he's seen a lot of these situations and scenarios before,
After 4 division titles and a successful move to Division I at CSU Bakersfield, Tobin decided he wanted a change.
The decision at the time was, I've been 27 years and we've moved to Division I, so do I want to be at just one place my whole career, or do I want to see somewhere else? I think San Jose State, as far as my big thing is always recruiting, and so San Jose State with the academic things that are offered here and just the environment and just the location makes those kind of things just a little bit easier.
Tobin's signature at SJSU has been his recruiting style, which prioritizes local San Jose players over international recruits. This homegrown approach has yielded some of the Bay Area's best young stars, including Angel Iniguez, an All-FAR West Region first-team All-Star.
For many of the games this year, we've had 11 NorCal starters. I mean, we had 10 the other day, so I say maybe our DNA is a little bit different to some of the other Division I men's soccer programs that are very successful, that have tended to go very international or very, very mature. We've tried to invest in what San Jose State is all about, and that for me is a lot of first-generation kids, but a lot of local kids, so I'm probably most proud of that. So first thing we look at is some great local products, a pride in San Jose.
Tobin's tough yet patient and personal leadership style has greatly impacted San Jose State's men's soccer. Under his tenure, the team has reached the Western Athletic Conference Championship 4 times, including an appearance in his final season. Despite another deep run, the Spartans came up just short in the conference championship game.
I think the biggest thing that Simon has taught me now that I get to see it from a coach's perspective, right? So as a player, Simon was very scary. But as a coach, the biggest thing that he's shown me is just the compassion and patience and just the ability to connect with the person the way he does. And he has so many alumni that still love him, and I can see why now that I get to work closely with him as a coach.
With Tobin's leadership imprinted on the team and Angel Iniguez's strong play on the pitch, the Spartans have the potential to be one of the top programs in the nation.
He's a special talent. He's going to go to that next level. The question is when, but it's just brilliant to see kids over 3 years go from obviously a good player, but just to fulfill that promise that you knew they always had.
I mean, I think we're a young team, but I think if we put the ball down and play, and as a whole 11 we play our best, I think we're able to compete with the best in the conference.
In all my 38 years, this is probably the best freshman-sophomore group that I've ever had. They're going to be really fun to watch. Even straight out the gate, our first game was at Stanford. I think it was a 2-1 game, but that last 20 minutes, we had them on the rack. And then all of a sudden, as a coach, well, we could have something special here. It may take a bit of time, but got some brilliant young players, yeah.
Although there are many things he'll miss leaving coaching, it's the relationships with his players he will miss most of all.
Coach Simon's experience as a coach, it kind of just helps you a lot. He talks to me all the time, and it just helps me through my process here. That's kind of what I'll miss the most.
I still love the young men that I coach, and that will be the hardest thing, I think, leaving them and missing that kind of relationship every day. But no, I think it's just an instinctive feeling that after 38 years, it might be time to step aside.
It is commonly said that water polo is among the most demanding team sports in college athletics, and that goalkeeper is the most challenging position in the pool. For SJSU senior netminder Grace Smith, confronting an opposing shooter is what she believes she was meant to do.
I don't really care for scoring. I would much rather shut people down. I would much rather block your dreams than to complete my own,
Grace has fulfilled her dream of playing college water polo, but it was never a sure thing for the San Jose native, as the uncertainty of the COVID pandemic upended the start of her collegiate career.
I graduated during COVID, so it was kind of that awkward time where they weren't having water polo at the D1 level, but community colleges were kind of still operating, still practicing, so I decided, save my parents some money, go to community first, then shuffle over.
Grace excelled at West Valley College, leading the team to their first 3C2A state championship and catching the eye of SJSU head coach Beth Harberts.
I had met Grace one time in her high school season. I had kind of just went to some of the local games. I am close with the West Valley College coach, and she really was a big advocate for Grace at the time. Her talent was very evident.
Grace arrived at SJSU and immediately showed her hard work and determination, taking the reins as the team's starting goalkeeper, while fitting right in with the close-knit squad.
Team chemistry is very good on our team, I'd say. I think we're more like a family than a team.
We're always singing and dancing before practice in the locker room, trying to get hyped up.
She's always the one to cheer us up whenever we're complaining about something. She'll be like, just be grateful that you're here, be grateful that you're playing at this level.
The 2024 Spartans water polo season had its share of ups and downs, but Grace's play was a constant bright spot that has continued into 2025.
Last season we played Santa Barbara 3 times, and we beat them 2 out of the 3 times, and Grace was really the backbone of both of those wins.
She was able to make some incredible blocks for us, which were definitely momentum shifts for us. She really kept us in those games.
It wasn't just water polo that spurred Grace's interest in SJSU. The school's College of Science was the biggest attraction.
We have so many cool opportunities through the school. I'm the SEEDS president. SEEDS is a little club that we have for like ecology majors, biology majors. We have like an entomology museum, bugs, super cool. I'm into insects. Oh my God. We have a garden on the top floor of one of our buildings. So just like little cool things like that, like there's opportunities everywhere.
She has such a wide variety of interests that I think she's really capable of anything. She likes to go hiking, she likes to draw.
I enjoy painting portraits for like weddings, engagements, that sort of thing, pet portraits.
She really is not just over-identified as a student athlete.
Even with all the demands of the classroom and the pool, Grace has also found time to teach younger players the finer points of the game, coaching youth water polo while injecting a little biology into the practices.
In the fall, I coach high school, and then in the summer, I coach club. I'm always trying to teach my kids about biology. I'm always like, guys, look at this cool tree, right? Cool bird, right? And try to get them a little interested, so hopefully one day it'll overlap for them.
While laid back and down to earth outside the pool, Grace knows how to ratchet up the intensity needed to compete against the best of the best in Division I water polo.
We're in the conference with the teams that win NCAA every year, Stanford, Cal, UCLA. We really just want to stick together and try to like get under the skin of some of those bigger teams, give them a hard time. If they're going to win NCAA, they're not going to have an easy time against San Jose State. That's our goal.
The music pulsed, the drinks flowed, and the blackjack tables beckoned at the Glass House in San Jose during the second annual San Jose State Casino Night. It was an evening for alumni and donors to mingle with coaches and athletes and to raise money for the Spartans Athletics Scholarship Fund.
Anytime you can bring together our coaches and student athletes and this community that supports them, it's magical. The relationships and the conversations are fantastic, and for such a good cause, supporting our student athletes and scholarship, their academic efforts, their athletic efforts, it's awesome.
There's a lot of energy and there's a lot of support for our student athletes and our athletic program. And those are great moments for our university and for me supporting, celebrating our students. It's great.
We have a little bit of fun gambling mixed with some music and dancing. We have auctions, we have celebrities. It's a great environment.
Meeting donors face-to-face allowed student athletes to see firsthand where their donations come from.
So important, especially for a sport like beach volleyball. We're a smaller sport, but to have those donors means everything to us. A lot of student athletes don't get to see the behind the scenes and what kind of people are contributing to us, and we take a lot of that for granted, so it's super cool to see these people face to face.
From uniforms to travel to the new Spartan Athletics Center, these contributions have significantly impacted athletes' lives.
It used to be in a small building. Now we have this brand new building, having a cafeteria in there where we get our breakfasts before practice and lunch, after practice, having the cold plunge to the hot tub, even to having a more comfortable meeting room to where we're not sitting in lawn chairs anymore in the gold room where we actually can sit in comfortable chairs with the big screen right in front. So it's an opportunity of a lifetime. I'm super excited for what's to come.
Some of the student athletes in attendance spoke to the crowd, sharing their personal stories about what receiving a scholarship to SJSU meant to them.
Home was a war zone, but through all that chaos, gymnastics was my escape and my one place of peace. When I was in the gym, I could forget about everything else and just focus on the sport that I loved. Thankfully, San Jose State University came into the picture and they offered me a full ride scholarship for gymnastics.
I've been in the Bears since 2016. I cover these athletes. I think it's great to see them and meet them with their guard down. Normally when you go out there, you're holding a microphone. Everyone's guarded, but out here, everyone's so friendly. They want to come up, talk to you, meet you, and just say, hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting our athletic department.
The event fostered a sense of community among alumni, donors, and student athletes, and highlighted the critical role that financial support plays in shaping their future. The connections made during casino night reinforced the importance of giving back and investing in the next generation of Spartan athletics.
Donors are really what move us to the next level in funding and support and resources to ensure we can remain competitive and at the top of our game.
Success in college athletics takes a village. Might even take more than that these days, but it's a community effort, and we're so thankful for our community that continues to give back to our program, and hopefully they enjoy all these successes we've had.
I got one more year with Coach Ken. I've taken advantage of everything, and I'm so excited for what's to come on the field and off the field. So thank you guys for this opportunity. I hope you guys have a great night.